Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to Real Talk Bougie, guys. I have a quick update for y'all. Um, Darnell Jones, Kei'Mani Latigue's reported father. Only reason why I say reported father because I don't know if we have any information regarding DNA that he actually is confirmed as her biological father, but it's been reported that is her father. But Kamani Latigue, who was laid to rest last week, her father has made it back to Toledo. So let's go. He had a first appearance this morning in court. Let's get into it. Let's see what happened. He is in what they call a turtle suit, which is typically for people that they are concerned about harming themselves. You see, he's still in a wheelchair. He must have got really messed up. I think he got shot two or at least three times. And sir is not looking well. He's in the turtle suit, he's in a wheelchair, and he is back in Toledo under murder charges. Let's get into it. Let's hear what they have to say, and then we will talk about it. Let's hit play.
crime are not only the most serious, but some of the most heinous in nature. Court's gonna set bond on the murder at $2 million, no 10%. It's gonna be 1 million on the felonious, 1 million on the abduction, no 10%. No contact with the alleged victim's family, no contact with any minor children. Electronic monitoring on the murder if he posts, and defendants to surrender any passport that he may be in possession of. When would you like to set this?
He has no passport, Judge. April 24th, please. No time waiver.
Again, to April 24th, there's no time waiver. That'll be in courtroom 3 at 9 a.m. Motions to dismiss could be submitted in writing. At that point, it should be Judge Lanzinger on that date.
That's correct.
He's in courtroom 3 next week. I've already discussed with him that motions could be filed regarding motion to dismiss based on the affidavit being defective or not complete. Anything else from either party?
No, thank you, Your Honor. Good. Yeah. Good. Good. That's correct.
Okay, there he goes. Let's run that back one more time.
Not only the most serious, but some of
Okay, so here we see Darnell face down. He's not making any contact. He's not looking at the judge. He looks ashamed, which he very well should. Let's take a look real quick at the booking document. He is booked into Lucas County, obviously. Darnell Jerome Ogletree, okay, also known as Darnell Jones. The explanation on the names, baby, I cannot tell you, but April 17th, he was taken into the care and custody of Lucas County. He is he would made his first appearance this morning. The interesting thing is that he was supposed to be in Franklin County on today. This is Franklin, Columbus, right here. And it said court 418, Franklin Municipal Court, but they released him. They haven't dropped any charges, but they released him to go back to Lucas because obviously the charges were much more serious. But just like what happens to a lot of criminals, or people who are accused of crimes, they just start stacking. Okay, so you see felonious assault on here, and then you see Lucas County hold. So they went ahead, sent him back to Lucas, and this happened. Okay. So we see what the charges are. He's facing 3 serious felonies: murder, cause of death while committing attempting violent offense, felonious assault, victim seriously harmed, and abduction, removed from place found. Um, Bad. Okay. All right. So, and then as we heard during the proceedings, let's take a look at this. These are all the receipts I was able to come up with this morning as far as what is the latest. But hopefully they're going to come to one accord on what is it, Darnell Jones? Is it Darnell Jerome Ogletree? Um, Clearly there's two names, but we saw that even in the Young Thug trial, Shannon Stillwell, Shannon Jackson. Um, Look, Darnell Jones, Darnell Jerome Ogletree, we know who we're talking about, right? Please be advised that the above referenced case has been set for preliminary hearing. You are ordered to appear in person Thursday, April 24th, 9 a.m., courtroom 3, Toledo Municipal Court on Erie Street. Okay. Um, let's go back to this again. He's been missing in action for pretty much a month. It went really fast. And Kei'Mani has been laid to rest. She's had her public viewing. I believe by all accounts, they've had the service. I think we saw last week. The grandmother and mother were in probate court trying to figure out who was going to get the rights to handle Kei'Mani's remains, and the grandmother took charge of the situation by court order of the probate, and Kei'Mani was laid to rest. You see, he's got handcuffs on both wrists. And again, he's in the turtle suit, in the wheelchair. He may not be able to walk yet. He did get shot 3 times. So he's obviously still recovering, but I guess they felt that he was in good enough condition to make it to court today. It seems like last week, I feel like he was in court in Franklin, but what happened was they said that they moved him from the hospital to the jail, but he wasn't able to go to the municipal court because of his he was still healing and was not in a condition to make it to the court. So they had him on Zoom. And then here we are next week, which is today, April 18th, and he is back in Toledo for his first appearance. And it appears that his bond was set at $2 million. But let's listen again. We'll run this back at least one more time, and we'll get all the details. It's not posted yet. Let me see if I can get this to. So murder 2 million, no 10%. 1 million on the felonious. So let's see what that was. So murder case, 2 million, 1 million on felonious assault. I'll show the docket sheet in a second. All right, let's go back here. My bad, y'all. So let's hear this rundown.
Court's gonna set bond on the murder at $2 million, no 10%. It's gonna be 1 million on the felonious, 1 million on the abduction, no 10%. No contact with the alleged victim's family, no contact with any minor children. Electronic monitoring on the murder if he posts.
So it's giving $4 million cash, no 10%. So that's what I'm hearing. Again, let's just look at the charges really quick. So the murder case, the felonious assault, and the abduction. So let's just listen. It sounds like 2 million murder, 1 million felonious assault, and 1 million abduction, no 10%. Let's go.
No 10%. It's gonna be 1 million, not only the most serious, but some of the most heinous in nature. Court's gonna set bond on the murder at $2 million, no 10%. It's gonna be 1 million on the felonious, 1 million on the abduction, no 10%. No contact with the alleged victim's family, no contact with any minor children. Electronic monitoring on the murder if he posts, and defendants to surrender any passport that he may be in possession of. When would you like to set this?
He has no passport, Judge. April 24th, please. No time waiver.
Again, to April 24th, there's no time waiver. That'll be in courtroom 3 at 9 a.m. Motions to dismiss could be submitted in writing. At that point, it should be Judge Lanzinger on that date. And
That's correct.
he's in courtroom 3 next week. I've already discussed with him that motions could be filed regarding a motion to dismiss based on the affidavit being defective or not complete. Anything else from either party?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
So he's standing mute. Clearly, he's not saying a word, which he doesn't have to. He has a lawyer there to speak for him. I just looked up what it means, no time waiver. So in Ohio, a no time waiver refers to a defendant's decision to not have their right to a speedy, to not waive their right to a speedy trial, meaning they want the case to be brought to trial within the legally prescribed time limits. If a defendant doesn't waive this right, the court must adhere to specific deadlines based on the nature of the charges. So, and then that goes to right to speedy trial. Ohio law provides a criminal case must be brought to trial within a certain time limit, 30, 45, or 90 days, depending on the severity of the charge. So no time waiver. Again, if a defendant chooses not to waive time, the court must adhere to the time limits outlined in Ohio revised code section 2945.71 through 73. Anyway, okay. Okay, so no waiver of time there. He wants a speedy trial, and it seems like things are progressing. So let me just run through these receipts again real quick. So Darnell was in court. He was in court. He was arraigned. His lawyer, I'm gonna just go on a limb and say court appointed. That's an assumption. I don't know that for facts. Here's the judge, Nicole Corey, but this might not be his judge. This might just be first appearance. He is set to go to his next hearing on April 24th at 9 a.m. That's going to be the preliminary, where they might state some facts of the case. I don't know if they do, how they do their preliminary hearings. It could be very detailed. It might not, but it could be kind of what we've seen in other preliminary hearings. That is set for the 24th, which I think might be next week on Thursday. Okay. Next thing is that this is the booking sheet, and we see his updated mugshot. He was booked in at, so they say 12:30, and they received him in custody, and then they booked him in at 15:19. So he was received at noonish, and he was booked in roughly around 3 in the afternoon yesterday. And this is the current mugshot, if you guys can see this. Okay. And I think that's it for right now. We can go back to the courtroom real quick, run through this one more time, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Make sure if you're new here and you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure to subscribe. Make sure you set your notifications, and also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy updates and commentary and content like this. Let's go look at Darnell sitting in court. This is, this is one of those things where this is the harvest of the seeds you planted. I mean, he has no one to be mad at but himself. He committed a heinous crime, is what they are alleging, and he should have, this is what to expect. So, and he's going to have to deal with the repercussions of this type of crime. and a very high bond. Okay. It's looking like, again, it's giving, let's look on the booking sheet. Just to run back through that real quick before we make any moves. 2 million on the murder, 1 million on felonious assault, and 1 million abduction. No 10%. They're not playing with him. Okay. And also, let's keep in mind he is a flight risk, because what did he do? Once he knew that he was wanted and it had turned in a certain direction, he took off for Columbus, Ohio. That's number one. Number two, when he was on the lam and he was approached by Columbus SWAT, what did he do? He had a firearm. Okay. He didn't shoot at the officers, but he was in possession of a firearm. He is not allowed to have a firearm. He is a felon. And he got shot. So he is a flight risk. So they're setting a bond reasonable, even though it's very high. They're setting a bond based on what they know to be true, and that he has been armed and dangerous. He is accused of a felony, 3 felonies, and he has fled previously. He is a flight risk.
Not only the most serious, but some of the most heinous in nature. Court's gonna set bond on the murder at $2 million, no 10%. It's gonna be 1 million on the felonious, 1 million on the abduction, no 10%. No contact with the alleged victim's family, no contact with any minor children. Electronic monitoring on the murder if he posts, and defendants to surrender any passport that he may be in possession of. When would you like to set this?
He has no passport, Judge. April 24th, please. No time waiver.
Again, to April 24th, there's no time waiver. That'll be in courtroom 3 at 9 a.m. Motions to dismiss could be submitted in writing. At that point, it should be Judge Lanzinger on that date. I believe he's in courtroom 3 next week. I've already discussed with him that motions could be filed regarding motion to dismiss based on the affidavit being defective or not complete. Anything else from either party?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, well, there he goes. Okay. Yeah, well, this is what happens. This is he's going to have to face, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I felt that when he was in Columbus and he was asking the officer to shoot him, it was definitely giving that he didn't have, he didn't have the wherewithal to handle his own future. He wanted the cops to do it. And I don't know. I don't think that I think that he's right where he needs to be, which is standing in his community to account for his heinous crime, and he's going to have to do just that. Like I said, they have him in the turtle suit, so they're taking the necessary precautions to make sure that he does not harm himself and that he can stand in a court of law and account for the crimes against Kei'Mani Latigue, who was reported to be his daughter. But he was standing in the place as a father figure, and the allegations include some very heinous acts along with her murder. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. Make sure to thumbs up this video, and I will see you next time I go live, post another video, and post any updates. You guys take care and have a wonderful Friday.